it is silver. So, time to dig a couple of holes again. Back in the slow field where every signal counts, and I'm curious what we can find this afternoon. So let the adventure begin. Come on! Well, I'm guessing the first signal is a winner already. Very a deep target, but I dug it up. Let's see what we have. That looks like a silver button to me. Wow. Huh. A beautiful carved button with a beautiful flower on it. The back part is missing, but I don't care, because I got to keep the most beautiful part. Nice. Now that is what you call a good start of the day, innit? Well, the second kind of decent find anyway. 2 pieces of pottery or brick. But this came out of a fairly deep hole. Not really sure what it could have been. Probably just a wall hook. But it's a nice piece of brass anyway. Finding quite a few bits and pieces of lead again, and I'm always checking if there's detail on it. So far no luck yet, up until now. But you know, it's a piece of lead with detail, but it's a lead seal, so it does make sense. 2 X's on the front and a dot. And here on the back there's a weapon and a 4. Now there could have been another number in between just to tell the date, but I'm not really sure. But definitely a very old lead seal. Haha. Well, let's find out together again. That's where it is. 74 signal. That can be good, innit? Ah, this is just the coolest of digging. I love to slowly pry it out and see what it is. There is something here. Here is a piece of brass. What will that be? Oh, it's gonna be a buckle actually. Oh well, I would love to find some buckles with some more fancy on it. But I mean, we're in a farm field, so it does make sense to find not highly decorated ones. But you never know. I do enjoy it when the metal detector picks up these tiny little signals, and it's actually hard to find them. It's a small pewter button. Shank is gone, but a fairly old find, so we're back on track. The ground over here is a little bit quieter than back there, but you know, there must be some goodies in the ground. The sides of these canals are very, very swampy. And in this swampy hole, it's just crazy. I mean, the ground is so wet over here, and like a couple of meters that way, it's just dry ground really. But anyway, there was a musket ball in the swampiness. Can't really tell if it's fired or not. Well, if you shoot it into this wet ground, then probably it stays around. So it could be either way. First one of the day, And as you all know by now, I enjoy finding these. Nothing fancy, but a nice variety in this hole. The square nail actually came from all the way down there. It's more than pinpointed deep. Like I said, nothing really fancy. A piece of pottery, a piece of lead, and the square nail. So it is here, and I mean, these started off as crappy signals as well. I guess we'll find something decent pretty soon. Well, I guess button day it is. Here's another one of those tiny little buttons. I think there used to be a flower design on the top, but can't really tell. The shank is very fragile. It's enjoyable to find anyway, these tiny little buttons. I never found a more fragile buckle than this. One half is actually missing. It's a 1600s buckle, but it's, I mean, it's very, very thin. Goodness me. Well, the sun is setting already, but we're gonna press on at least half an hour more. We'll see. If it gets dark, then I'm out of here. Interesting hole again. Look at that big piece of pottery. But we have some roundness. I feel a shank already. But I'm guessing it's a very old button. I'll brush it off, hang on. I remember finding pewter buttons like this, but never with the shank on it. So that is a pretty good find. It's a big shank though. Oh man. It's definitely got some age to it, and I'm really, really happy with this one. With a shank. Goodness me. Love it. So this is starting to get strange. Previously in the video I said it was gonna be button day, and it for sure is. I'm on to another button, and it looks like it can be silver. Let's find out. There it is. It's got a shank on it. Could be copper as well. But, ooh, some nice dots on it. Alright, let me brush it off and see if we have silver again. It is silver. Here you can see that the silver is coming through. It's very, very dirty. Full shank. There may be even a stamp on it, but can't really tell now. But I'm gonna try my best to clean it up a little bit. Don't want to get it too clean. I think it's nice to see that it's a find from the ground, but you know, I'll do my best to clean it up a little bit more back home, and then I will show you. Well, I'm guessing that we'll do the wrap up back home then. I'll show you it cleaned up. That is the silver button. So it's definitely important that you dig those signals, at least in this field. I know these signals can drive you crazy, but because it's a lot of times it's foil, but as you can see, sometimes it's a beautiful silver button. And the buttons just keep on coming. This one is a pewter one without shank. Never found so many buttons in one day. The moon is up already, and as you can see, it's getting dark. My last find for today. Tiny little buckle again. So I guess it's time for the wrap up now. Let's get back home and get to it. After this button day, I cleaned them up, and of course I want to show you how they look now. So 3 little copper buttons. They're so tiny, really. A pewter button with no shank at all. One of the favorite finds of the day is of course the pewter button with a shank. Never found that before. My tiny little old buckle and a lead seal and a very crusty coin. No detail at all. My favorite button of the day. Beautiful. There's actually a piece of cloth still inside. Well, I did my best cleaning this one. At least you can see now it's silver. And did not realize it, but there was a hole in the button. You could not see it when it was so dirty. There is a silver stamp on it, but it's so slick you can't really identify what kind of stamp it was. But still a very enjoyable find for sure. And here are the other finds that I actually found one more button in my bag. A musket ball, 2 buckles, square nail, of course, piece of pewter spoon, many pieces of lead again, a pocket knife, or at least part of it, and our wall hook, at least, that's my best guess. Thank you guys for watching this button episode. And obviously I hope you will tune in again the next time. But for now, take care.